In my giant pile of keyboards, there was one that I missed. The Epomaker TH85. I can't believe that in my closet, in this giant pile of keyboards that I've sent to me, I forgot to review this one. So I'm extremely late to reviewing this one, but yeah, today we're reviewing the TH85 80% hot swappable gasket mounted 5 layers of sound dampening hot swappable mechanical keyboard by Epomaker. So in the unboxing, we have a dust cover, the keyboard itself, a user manual, a USB-C cable, a switch and keycap puller, and some extra switches. Yeah, honestly, this looks and feels exactly like the Epomaker G84 minus all the insane RGB lights. Yeah, they both use the creamy jade linear switches that are very creamy and very fun to type on. But yeah, it's pretty much the exact same keyboard. It is a little more expensive. It's like $10 more expensive for less RGB, which I don't really understand because, I mean, doing some research and just in terms of feel, I don't really feel a big difference between the two keyboards, and I don't think there's anything spec wise that's too different. I mean, they're both gasket mounted, they both have 5 layers of foam dampening, they both have tri-mode connectivity, whatever. They're both 80% keyboards, so yeah, I'm not sure what the giant $10 difference is. But yeah, the G84 was really fun to type on. I think I made that keyboard for a couple of months just for the typing experience, because I do like really creamy, thocky feeling and sounding keyboards, especially when I'm doing like schoolwork or if I have to type for a while. Then yeah, I do like having a more premium typing experience. I guess my only concern is that the switches are a bit heavy. They're definitely on the heavier side, so if you do get fatigued really easily, if you have a lot of finger, hand, wrist fatigue, then a heavier switch might not be for you. But luckily this keyboard is hot swappable, so you can try it out if you like. It definitely feels really good. It's just, I don't know if I'd be able to type on this for hours at a time, but if you can't, you have that option to hot swap. I mean, the keycaps are very nice. They're PPT. The case itself is entirely made of plastic, so it's not too heavy but also not too light. And yeah, of course, you have your little USB dongle in the corner there if you want to use it. 2.4 gigahertz. There's also the Bluetooth option and the wired option as well. I mean, the TH85 still has this LED strip that goes around the keyboard, and the RGB lighting on the switches themselves are very bright, but they don't have that under RGB like the G84 has. Yeah, and overall the keyboard itself is a little more, you know, curvy. It's not as sharp as the G84. So yeah, I mean, it totally depends on what kind of look you like more, I guess. You can check out my G84 video as well, just to see the differences. But yeah, the difference is basically just the looks. So for $10 more, you can get a keyboard with a little more muted RGB on the sides and the back, and a more rounder, softer look rather than the G84 that looks more sharp. And it is cheaper, but I think it is lighter, and overall it feels a little bit cheaper. But yeah, honestly, not much to say other than this keyboard is very fun to type on. I really like the creamy feeling switches. I don't think there are any QC issues with this keyboard. I remember on my G84, the metal slab right here was poking out a little bit, as if I could like peel it off, and I tried and I ended up bending the metal. So definitely don't try that. Anyways, let's get to the typing test. So yeah, in conclusion, if you do want to get yourself a really creamy and thocky sounding feeling keyboard, which doesn't need any more mods. I mean, you've got your 5 layers of foam and it's gasket mounted, so it's very bouncy feeling. Yeah, if you just want a very cheap keyboard that's creamy and thocky and has everything that you need, then the Epomaker TH85 is definitely the right choice for you. There is also the Epomaker G84, which is a little bit cheaper. It feels very similar, but I'd say the only difference is the look. So if you do want a more aesthetic look, I would probably pick this keyboard over the G84. But if you do like that sharper look of the G84, then yeah, that is also a good option for you. But anyways, that's it. See ya.